This is National Native News. I'm Antonia Gonzalez. The Iñupiat community of Kaktovik in northern Alaska is known as the polar bear capital of the U.S. Hundreds of tourists used to flock to the village of about 250 people to see bears. But several years ago, the tours were halted because of opposition from residents. Alena Naiden with the Alaska Desk has more on what happened to the tours and what the tribe's doing to revive them.
It's polar bear ground right there.
Nathan Gordon Jr. is driving his truck on the spit right outside of Kaktovik. He's mayor and leads the town's polar bear patrol program. Under his back seat, he has a shotgun, and in his console, shotgun rounds and cracker shells. Kaktovik sits on Barter Island on the Beaufort Sea coast. In late summer and fall, up to 80 polar bears come on land, a trend that has been increasing as the sea ice diminishes. That brought the need for patrol and created opportunities for polar bear viewing. The pandemic put a pause on visitation. Then the federal government halted the tours. Gordon says Kaktovik leaders have been working to revive them.
Let's get this place back to making money, and it'll be great for everybody.
Kitil Reitan started the company Kaktovik Tours in 2010. By 2019, he and his two children took several hundred tourists a season.
We were able to make a year income in about 6 weeks.
The number of tourists soared from about 50 in 2010 to over 1,000. Tourism grew so quickly, residents were worried it was interfering with subsistence practices. Nora Jane Burns says that visitors would book out seats on small flights and limit the amount of freight that was coming in.
Especially when we have elders that go out for medical, and then when they try to come back, the flights would be booked.
The COVID-19 pandemic shut down the tours. A year later, the U.S. Department of Interior issued an order to pause commercial polar bear viewing permits. Since then, the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service has been collaborating with the city and village of Kaktovik, as well as Kaktovik Iñupiat Corporation. Gordon says that this time around, he wants the community to develop infrastructure for tourists and focus more on educating them. But who will run the tours? Burns is busy with her job at Kaktovik Public Works Department, and Reitan sold his boats and moved to Nome. But they both hope the younger generation will take over polar bear tours. I am Alena Naiden.
A South Dakota high schooler is receiving one of the nation's highest honors for citizens by the Congressional Medal of Honor Society. As South Dakota Public Broadcasting's Jackson Dirks reports, the student has helped provide food, backpacks, holiday gifts, and essentials to children and families on the Pine Ridge Reservation.
Cody Tubles came up with an idea 4 years ago at baseball practice. His teammates told him they didn't have backpacks and school supplies. Tubles began trying to find donations to help his teammates, but pretty quickly realized there were a lot of people needing the resources.
Instead of helping out just specifically my teammates or my family, what if I did it for everyone?
Tubles created what's called Baseball and Backpacks. People donate items on Walmart and Amazon shopping lists, and those get sent to Tubles' house. He then gathers the items, things like notebooks and toiletries, into backpacks for students. The giveaway is done at a baseball field where simultaneously Tubles holds a baseball clinic that teaches kids the fundamentals of the sport. There are 4 of these different drives annually. He does this on top of being a multi-sport athlete at Makpialuta. Tubles is one of 5 individuals in the country named a 2026 Citizen Honors Award recipient. He's receiving the Service Act Award, which honors Americans who consistently place others before themselves through a focused initiative of volunteer service.
It's crazy to me how just by helping others, I was able to get recognized for that.
He'll be honored March 25th in Washington, D.C. I'm Jackson Dirks.
And I'm Antonia Gonzalez.
National Native News is produced by Kawanak Broadcast Corporation with funding by the Corporation for Public Broadcasting.
Support by the American Indian College Fund, providing millions of dollars of scholarships to Native students every year. Applications are accepted through May 31st at collegefund.org or by phone at 800-766-FUND.
Support by the Gathering of Nations Powwow. The last dance is this April 24th and 25th at Expo, New Mexico. Gone's last horse rider and regalia parade takes place at 4 p.m. both days. Tickets at gatheringofnations.com and at the gates.
Native Voice One, the Native American Radio Network.